the power of this container when we all come in to remember the God frequency within us? Okay. Okay. There was something just letting the, okay. So how's everyone feeling? So I wrote a post yesterday and in our email about how fast it feels. Okay. So this is also what happens when we ascend, when there's a big collective awakening, like we are experiencing on our planet. One word, tired, too fast. Yeah. And so I just wanted to share because this feeling of things, being fast is kind of standard now. All right. And so it's something that we have to learn to work within. And I just want to talk about it a little bit because what it does is it adds more pressure, right? And one of the things that happens with pressure is we start to feel very overwhelmed, hard to sleep. How did you all sleep last night? I had a little bit of a bumpy sleep. An energetic roller coaster, absolutely. Yeah, so awful sleep last night. All right, so we'll just be really gentle today. We'll do some healing on the astral body. Sometimes there can be a lot happening in the astral realm. I made a post when we talked about the fourth dimension a couple of Mondays ago. We talk, when you're tuning into the fourth dimension, there is what we will call a spiritual battle happening. Okay. And yeah, there's like a tension between the light and the dark. The dark does not want to lose grip of the hold it's had on humanity for a very long time. All right. But it's already done. Like we are already awakening, but they're not doing it quietly. I always like to say the dark is noisy, but the light is more powerful. But I share that because sometimes that can be why we're also waking up in the middle of the night as light workers, light being carriers of the light right now. We might be a little bit on the radar, and so that can disturb our sleep. And that's why it's really important to continually take care of our energy field, right? Because there's just a lot going on, a lot for us to consider. And as things start to feel a lot faster and we start to feel more of that pressure in the atmosphere as we shift and we start to feel more overwhelmed. If you think about it actually right now, and you think about the people in your orbit, there's probably many people in your own orbit who are feeling tremendous overwhelm right now, whether or not it be financially, whether or not maybe it's a health condition, maybe it's a relationship friction or tension, but it's coming to everybody in some package or another. And as I had written in the post and in the email, there's a spiritual awakening in it. Okay. Because when we start to feel so overwhelmed, what happens is we either burn out, which is the split. Okay. We talk about the split in reality. There's going to be people who burn out, and then there's going to be people who allow it to be an invitation to say, let me get out of my own way. Okay. Let me get out of my own way and let me connect to that beautiful source, that frequency within me that reminds me of my power, that reminds me of my limitlessness, that reminds me that I have abundance within me. And if I remember that, that abundance starts to come into my life. Okay. And so part of this overwhelm, it breaks us down and it breaks the aspects of us that are too much in our ego, that are trying to do this alone, like forget God, I got this. We can't do this anymore without remembering God. We can't do this anymore without remembering to ask for help, right? We've got help around us. And sometimes the reason why we don't ask is because we don't believe it. Or sometimes we ask, but we don't really believe it's going to be delivered, right? And then we interfere. And so this whole process of feeling this overwhelm is a beautiful invitation to just get out of our own ways, just like, I'm done. I'm done in, putting up the fight and trying to figure this out on my own. Let me just try something different. Let me just try to surrender, let me try to remember that beautiful, sacred space I hold within me. The other thing with overwhelm is that it's so important to start training the mind, okay? Because when we can actually pause and go into that stillness, we get outside of time. It's so refreshing. It's so refreshing to go into that place because you can hold this is how incredible this is. You can hold the intention that when you go into that infinite present moment, right? Which is the space between thoughts. And we can try to elongate that. We try to elongate feeling that between thoughts and just feeling that infinite presence. When we go in there, even for 1 minute, we can hold the intention that we're going in there for hours because it's outside of time. And within those hours, we can ask to be completely restored and rebalanced. Okay. This is when we start playing around with all of that quantum knowledge that we're all holding within. So we're going to do that today. The other thing that was coming up in terms of clearing the overwhelm can also happen because we're shifting so fast and we're purging and all the stuff is coming up. And then there can be parts of us, aspects of us that are frozen in the past. Okay. And they, meaning my team, they drop in things oftentimes on Mondays before I'm going to hold space. They mentioned that today they would like for me to invite us to check on our inner children. Okay, when's the last time you did? Maybe you do it every day, and maybe it's been a while, but it's never a bad idea to check in with our inner children because those aspects of us are still alive, right? They, especially the aspects that show up, because we split from them at some point in our life. All right. Life got too hard. Our circumstance got too painful, and we split. And so then there's a part of our inner child who's like, oh my gosh, like I'm completely alone. And when we start to feel overwhelmed, just going and checking in on your inner child to remind your child that you are their person. They don't need to have, an idyllic childhood. They need you. And the more they remember that, and the more they actually believe that, the more we integrate, the more we unfreeze those parts of us. Okay. So that's what we're going to do today. We'll check in. When we do that, I'm going to invite us really not to get into our head. It's just whatever age comes up and you want to stay present. You're not merging with you back then. You are staying in your sovereignty and in your groundedness in this present moment. Okay. Because that's what happens oftentimes when people go into the past to do work, they lose themselves in the past. You want to stay here and you want to stay strong and you want to show up for whatever part of you is showing up. Okay. And it can be very simple because it's about checking in. How are they doing? I notice sometimes when I'm feeling very overwhelmed, I go check in on whatever aspect of my inner child wants to show up that day, oftentimes they're scared. And it's so healing for me just to hear that and for me to show up for them, to just realize that oftentimes overwhelm is connected to not confronting some type of fear or being scared, and how much we can transmute when we just confront that. A lot of love and compassion for our inner child. Beautiful. So let's begin. Remembering that every Monday, because I see a lot of new faces here, part of what we do is we reawaken the memory that we hold the frequency of source within us. Okay. And it's a practice to remember, because the more we actually start believing that, the more we start opening ourselves up for miracles. And miracles happen all the time, but we're not tuning into them because we have forgotten that we are an aspect of source. The more we remember that, the more we stop looking outside of us for fulfillment. We remember that that fulfillment is within us. That fulfillment is also what guides us to our soul's path. Your soul's path is more beautiful and magical than your ego self could even conjure. Okay. We just got to get out of our own way. All right. So let's take a moment to find our breath. If you would like to place a hand on your heart, maybe both hands on your heart, as you find that eternal present moment while connecting to your heart space. And as you breathe in peace. And as you breathe out overwhelm or stress or noise. Breathing in peace, breathing out noise. Breathing in peace, breathing out noise. And just start to shift your awareness, start to let go of the thinking mind. It's almost like you can feel that energy shifting out of your thoughts and into this eternal present moment, while we use the breath as our anchor point, bringing 100% of your attention to your breath. And the more focused you can be with your breath, the more you bring all of your energy to the singular point. It's a beautiful, easy way to start centering our energy. And while we breathe, we can also hold the intention to call back our energy. So if we're feeling particularly scattered, overwhelmed, let's just call back our energy, allowing the breath to be your focal point. Wherever you place your attention, your energy follows. Breathing in light, breathing out stress, and just feeling that subtle movement as your energy comes back to you in its clearest form, not holding anybody else's energy, only you, only your light. Breathing in light, breathing out stress. And just noticing, is there anything there for you to notice as you start to come in? Anything for you to feel or confront, and do it so with love and compassion, so that just by lovingly confronting whatever is there, It gives it room and movement to carry on its journey. Okay. And then let's bring our awareness all the way down towards the floor and just feeling oneness with the ground. Just feeling your field merge with the ground, your body, as we start to really ground and anchor our field onto earth, the earth plane. This can be another reason why we feel overwhelmed, is because we're floating. We're in more than one place. Let's just come here. Let's get really rooted and anchored into the earth plane. Again, this is not about overthinking, just holding intention. Intention is how we direct energy. And so just holding the intention to ground, come back in, feel your spirit come back in. You start to direct that through your intention. They're showing me above our heads that a lot of people have blocked energy blocks above their seventh chakra. So just bring your awareness, okay? Your pure awareness, which holds your pure light. So when we just hold pure awareness, we're not thinking, we're just scanning. And so you're bringing that beautiful, loving awareness above your head. And we're just clearing away with your light any energy blocks here, anything that's blocking you from feeling that beautiful connection to oneness, anything that's blocking your seventh. Oof, I'm feeling that. And then just start to feel the top of your auric field, just really lightening and opening, getting more space there. Yeah, I'm seeing that that's really supporting a lot of people. And just breathe here. Everything that we clear out, we send back to source. Beautiful. And now let's call on that ring of light around us, calling on your angels, your family of light, without overthinking. This is the practice of just feeling and sensing their vibration. We always undermine how powerful it is just to feel an energy exchange with our team. It's so important just to pause, be present, and be available to their presence around you. And so for each one of us, we call on our circle of light, our ring of light to surround us. And we just breathe here as we open up our awareness and our consciousness of their presence, remembering that they are trying to connect with us all the time. And we're not always available. So may this be your moment where you are available without getting too analytical, just being aware, just being open to feel that beautiful vibration around you. And just breathing here. And as we feel their presence, we ask them to support us in this intention right now. And this intention is to clear away any negative interference. Any negative interference that may be in our field or all around us in our environment. We are holding that demand that any negative interference is cleared away immediately so that there's nothing interfering with us feeling that inner peace, that inner light, nothing interfering with us knowing ourselves as the light. And just hold that intention gently in your heart and breathe here. As you breathe, we invite some stillness in. And it is through this stillness that we invite you to connect to the field beyond time and space. So we're moving beyond time right now, some place that cannot be dictated by our analytical mind. So we need to let the analytical mind go into the background as we just let go and just feel our energy. Taking a pause from your 3D identity so that you can feel the vastness of who you are at soul level, and just breathe here. And here we will take some more conscious breaths. So let's take a nice deep breath in through the belly. Now hold the breath for a few moments. And now exhale through the mouth. Again, breathing in, holding the breath, and exhaling. Once again, breathing in, hold the breath, and release. Bringing your awareness to your heart space. Just simply breathe in and out of the heart to make a connection. And as you breathe into the heart, just start to feel a sense of oneness with your heart. If you would like in this moment to bring a simple joy to your awareness, something that brings a beautiful spark of joy, a simple moment you had with somebody, a cute image, whatever it is, just hold it in your heart. Allow that to be more of an activator to feel that beautiful heart energy start to expand. Feel that heart energy, that wave moving through your field, bringing all aspects of you into harmony, into coherence, into deep peace. And just breathe here as we bring through an attunement from the angelic realm, feeling this attunement move through your body and through every layer of your field, clearing out any density, any residual density, anything that is not your truth is being cleared as you breathe. Beautiful. Raising our vibration right now to our divine expression, to our unique divine expression. Just feel your vibration raise to your own unique divine expression. And it's from here that we bring to our awareness our inner child, whatever age wants to come up, if this is comfortable for you. If it is not, just continue to breathe and practice mindfulness, where you are practicing letting your thoughts go, redirecting your attention to your breath. But for those of us who want to bring our inner child to our awareness, just see what age comes up without thinking, just noticing, just seeing them, seeing how they feel, approaching them with love, asking them how they are doing, reminding them of your love for them, reminding them that you are always there for them, that in any moment you will drop anything to come to them when they need you. And really mean it when you say it, because this helps to mend and heal that fracture within us when we are willing to show up for all parts of us. And then just see your inner child enveloped in beautiful love. Remind your inner child of their angels, the light that is always around them. And just breathe this into your heart as you stay present, as just the observer. Beautiful. And then just start to bring your awareness back to your breath as you start to feel that inner spark within you, your unique divine spark that holds all that you need, all of your fulfillment, all of your gifts, your purpose. And when I say purpose, it's not one purpose, it's just purpose, showing up in purpose. And just feeling that light. And as you feel that light, it begins to expand. You just feel that expansion. Fill your body up with beautiful light. Fill your field and activating your light body. And this is when we start to remember our multidimensionality, that we are having this human experience, but we are so much more vast than that, that we can hold many perspectives all at once. And just breathe into that as we bring the final attunement through, and just feeling this beautiful angelic frequency moving through your body, clearing out anything you may be holding, any resistance, any worry, any fear, anything we didn't catch the first time around, or maybe some new stuff that was kicked up when we brought our inner child to our awareness. So just moving into surrender, just breathing as we clear out anything that is not our truth. Beautiful. And then let's bring our awareness back to our breath as we place a beautiful gold shield around our auric field to filter out other people's energy, to filter out noise. Just sense it around you. And then let's take 3 breaths together as we come to a close. So take a nice deep breath in and then sigh it out. Again, breathing in, sigh it out. And once again, breathing in and letting go. And we close with these words, and so it is. All that we cleared, all that we released, all that we reawakened within us, it is done. And then just notice if you feel more centered, if you feel more grounded, less overwhelmed, more connected to your light. Beautiful. All right, my friends.